Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the Post Pro Podcast. It's episode 38 and movie news. Let's get into it. Sebastian, I know you have some movie news.
Oh,
Go
you
ahead and
you
go ahead and get it
bet
out of the
I
way.
have some movies. Gentlemen, the meme is here. We've all been waiting for it. Snyder Cut trailer. It's out. I think me and Colin have watched it. I don't know about Thomas and Noah, but
I've seen some stills, but I, as usual, have not watched it.
oh, incredible stuff. It's going to be fantastic, and I can't wait. It looks wonderful.
Yeah, I'm sure.
We've got we either have a giant pile of shit coming or we have a giant pile of shit awesomeness coming. So we will see what happens. So looking forward to watching 4 hours of 4 hours of Snyder Cut. That'll be interesting. And then Mortal Kombat trailer just came out a couple hours ago, and yeah, I'm really fucking hyped for that. It looks really really fucking awesome in my opinion. So pretty hyped to see that on HBO Max. HBO Max coming in with the double whammy. So we got two movies to look forward to in a couple coming months. So Pog.
I did not see the Mortal Kombat trailer, but I did watch the Snyder Cut trailer. There were some things that I'm worried about the 4 hours, honestly. But I'm still gonna watch it. I hope it's just a good time.
We live in a society, right, Batman?
That was both awful and incredible at the same time when he said that. That was crazy.
We finally got Joker to embrace the meme. So if I got anything from this movie, I got Joker to say we live in a society. So I mean, we've accomplished it something.
There you go. And I also watched the the Cruella trailer this morning.
Oh Lord,
Oh,
mercy, dude.
it looks bad. It looks really bad.
Dude, it literally looks like they got the same DP from Joker, and they were just like, "Yeah, let's do that."
I mean, I did see a lot of comments saying this is like female Joker, which I've never seen 101 Dalmatians. So
Well, she skins Dalmatians.
Interesting.
Well, so we'll see how they incorporate that into the film. That'll be interesting.
Yeah, it just looked really bland. But hey, they'll make some money, I'm sure.
It just reminded me too much of Joker. They edited the trailer almost the exact same, and I'm just like, because I correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure this movie was in development around the same time Joker was coming out. Like this movie has been in the works for a bit, because I remember it getting announced a while ago.
It's definitely. I mean, most Disney movies have been in development for a while.
But damn, did it just give me Joker vibes the entire time? So we'll see. I'm gonna, I'll keep an open mind. I just don't really care about anything Disney does these days, really. So
yeah, I probably won't watch it, but regardless.
What if it's a masterpiece, Colin, and everyone tells you to watch it?
Then maybe I'll watch it. Maybe. Maybe, but I highly doubt it'll be a.
I'll keep my expectations subpar. We'll see we'll see what happens.
All right. I had a couple things I wanted to mention. Number one, Danny Elfman is going to compose the score for Doctor Strange into the Multiverse.
I'm hyped.
So that should be cool. Number two, this goes back to old podcast episode where Thomas actually brought up that new Scorsese film in development, Killers of the Flower Moon.
Jesse Plemons.
Jesse Plemons has taken over the lead that Leonardo DiCaprio had. Leonardo DiCaprio is still going to be in it, however, it's just going to be in a side villainous role. Yeah.
Is it because he's too busy, or?
From what I heard, the script went through some changes and the character got changed up a bit, and he wasn't too fond of where those changes led the character. So he said, I don't want to do it, but I'll do something else. And we got Jesse Plemons. I like Jesse Plemons.
Yeah, I like him too. I trust Mr. Scorsese. So I mean, it is what it is. We'll see.
Yeah.
And that was it. But Noah, what news did you have?
Well, I did have the Jesse Plemons thing that you just talked about. So that's one off the list. Another one. God, I don't even know. Okay, this isn't even movies. It's television, but I figure it's pertinent to our interests technically. So I don't know if you saw this, but Tim Burton is making a Wednesday Addams prequel for television. It's pretty awful. Like based on, but based on nothing, right? It's just like based on the premise alone.
It's funny because I don't think I've really seen Tim Burton really dip his toes into much TV, so I don't know how that's really going to turn out.
Oh yeah, I guess I didn't even. Yeah, I haven't even considered that. I just figured like I don't know. Man.
Yeah, because I don't. I mean, maybe he's done a couple things, but I don't really recall him doing a TV show. I saw that and I was like, okay, I guess. I mean,
yeah, I was kind of indifferent. I was
because
like, all right, whatever.
if he incorporates just her, I think that'd be weird. So I'm hoping that we get some sort of like Addams family. I mean, I'd assume he'd have to have an Addams family with her, correct? I mean, I don't know how you do something like that without them. So
well, she's supposed to be at like a boarding school. So
then,
I mean, they could.
I absolutely have no fucking interest if the Addams family is not going to be in it.
It's just like the exact type of thing that you'd expected to sign on to, and you're like, "There's no way this is going to be good, right?" And then in like 2 years, it's just going to come out, and we're going to be like, "Yeah, that was awful," just like we thought. So anyway, that was kind of funny. This was released. Let's see. Oh, okay. So 10:39 a.m. today, but that's Pacific time. So that was like an hour ago, like an hour and a half ago at this point. Joaquin Phoenix to star in Ari Aster's new A24 feature, Disappointment Boulevard.
Shit.
And there's like a single sentence press release. Hold on. It is described as an intimate, decade-spanning portrayal of one of the most successful entrepreneurs of all time. And that's like the only thing we know about it.
So,
I just said, of course.
True story?
I doubt it, but maybe.
I was gonna say, dude, if Ari Aster's going a different direction, that's gonna be strange to see.
Well, he said he wasn't gonna do a horror movie this time.
Huh. Well, he just got the best actor in Hollywood, so I mean that's gonna be good. That's really interesting. Actually, I don't really know what to say about that one. That's third movie, and he has Joaquin Phoenix. That's kind of fucking wild.
I like the title. I didn't even know. I'm assuming that title must have just come out too, because I didn't even know it had a title working.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So interesting.
Interesting. Very good.
Well,
I mean, the only other thing I had was just like celebratory. Again, similarly, like no real details. But Paddington 3 has been officially greenlit.
Yes.
I know.
Paddington 3.
The greatest trilogy in cinema is finally coming to fruition.
Oh man, Paddington! I'm looking forward to that. I love me some Paddington. Thomas, did you have any news or no? All right, well, start it off. What do you watch this week?
Pass 3, Back to the Future. Pass.
Pass. All right. Then I'll move on to what I watched. Man, Safety Not Guaranteed. I decided to watch it.
Oh, right. Forgot about that.
Safety Not Guaranteed. After hearing Thomas rant on the podcast a while ago about how awful he thought it was, I know Noah said he didn't really care for it either. I was like, okay, I might have a chance at liking this. I thought I had a good chance liking it. So I was like, I'm gonna watch it. It's only 85 minutes. Let's see what the hype is about, because it's not reviewed badly at all. And man, what a baffling film. That's honestly the perfect word to describe it. Just baffling. It's so strange in every decision it makes throughout the entire movie. Not only narratively, but like the filmmaking as well. It's like nothing works. Thomas and I talked about this the other night, but just nothing in the movie works. It's insane because I like the premise. The premise has like a fun idea to it, and it could, make for some good comedy, some good moments.
Theoretically, yeah.
Sure, yeah. I mean, I like the premise, but it starts out really bad. I mean, like the comedy was trying way too hard. The tone was, kind of annoying. I didn't like any of the characters.
It's funny because like I remember like you and Thomas talking about this, and I remember you talking about the premise, and dude, like I'm getting like flashbacks. I had to have seen a trailer for this somewhere because I literally was like, wow, this seems kind of interesting. So now hearing you and Thomas both shit on it equally, I'm never watching this movie.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be completely
Sebastian,
honest.
to be
I
clear,
feel like
it's
you gotta see
bad.
it.
It's pretty fun though. Like, I mean, honestly, I laughed my ass off.
It's
the entire
85
time.
minutes.
Right? Like, I had a good time watching because I laughed at it. But it was like it's bafflingly bad. I'm about to steal your rant.
Yeah, I just like I ended up settling into it in the middle section. It kind of got a grasp of what it was going for, but then the ending comes, and I'm just like, wait, what? The ending
It's truly,
is
yeah.
just terrible.
It's no Back to the Future, guys.
It's no Back to the Future, that's for sure. It's just very strange. Very strange. There's so many things that just happen for absolutely no reason other than to be that sort of like indie quirk that Thomas talked about before. But it's just all over the place. All over the place. Crazy, crazy film. I have to say, like, I didn't hate watching it. It is like Thomas and Noah said, like a watchable, like you can watch it and not like hate yourself for it, but it's just really bad. It's one of those movies. Just crazy. So then we watched Tokyo Drift, continuing the Fast and Furious
Let's
marathon.
fucking go, dude.
And apparently, I'm in the minority here. I thought this one was by far the worst one of the series thus far.
So far, yeah.
I never liked it.
I don't know, man.
I was like, no, this is the best one. And I was just like,
I
just kidding me.
like. I don't think it was good. Obviously, like I'm not gonna tell you it's fucking good because it's not good. But like, I think looking at the other two, I don't know. It just had them like. I just like the tone better, and I kind of like just how just it had such a shitty main character. So awful.
Yeah, exactly.
But,
That's
and
what's really bad about it.
the movie, but I feel like kind of partially looking at it, the movie kind of knows that, and it's just like, yeah, fuck it, just we'll run with it, and it just kind of
it's
runs
not
with
even.
it.
It's not even necessarily that the movie is like self-aware about it. It's just like the movie like asks you to take this main character completely seriously from like minute one. And
Yeah,
I don't know, I think it
wouldn't say
works.
that it's aware of it, but
Sean,
it's not unaware of it either.
Sean,
Freaking NCIS New Orleans guy is possibly the worst protagonist ever. I absolutely hated that guy. I couldn't stand him. This movie sucks.
dude, I don't, I
First
do
one.
just fuck, man. The car chases in this movie were actually good. That's kind of what like threw me off because I'm watching. I'm like, wow, this actually is pretty good.
What do you mean actually good? I thought the action sequences in the first
Ah,
one too.
I don't know, man.
Whatever.
I just didn't like the
That's
car
bad.
chases in the first two. They were like so ridiculously like just edited awfully, and I just kind of like seeing like an actual street race. I don't know. It was nice.
Well, that's your opinion, and I think it's wrong.
Drifting, man. You know, the King Drifter. You know.
DK, Donkey Kong.
Yep.
That's right.
Yep.
After that, I saw Psycho in my Hitchcock De Palma class, which was
Again.
Yeah, I watched it again. Well, I watched it first time last semester, so it wasn't a Vertigo situation where it was like back to back. But this was possibly the most uncomfortable movie watching experience I've ever had. The room we were in was 82 degrees. I was dying in there.
Did you bring a thermometer or something? Like, or was there a thermostat that was intentionally set to 82 degrees?
So I went on Snapchat, and you know how they have the thing.
Yeah.
It said 82, and then when I was leaving the room, it said 82 on the thermostat. And I was like, can we? Like, I asked early on. I was like, can we do something about this AC, please? I am dying in here. Like, we barely started class, and my teacher, he just didn't know what to do. And apparently it was broken, or he just did. It was awful. I was covered in sweat by the end of it. It was absolutely terrible. So I didn't really like pay attention to the movie that much, but I had to stay because he was passing out attendance at the end of class. And then he didn't pass out the attendance sheet at the end of class. And he said, we'll worry about it next week. And so I was like, why am I here? But hey, Psycho is a great movie. Then for my other film class, we were assigned Breathless for French New Wave this week. And I really thought about not watching it because I watched it last year and I didn't like it. But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. There's like the slightest possibility that I can like it more. I didn't. I still think it's bad. It's just a nothing movie for me. It's boring. I don't care about anything happening. I don't like the editing style, even though it's like revolutionary. But whatever. It's Breathless. After that, Breathless. Yeah. After that, Reign of the Superman, continuing the DC animation.
Dude.
I am so close to finishing, guys. I think I have 6 more movies to go.
You're coming near the end. You're coming near the end.
I'm coming near the end, and it's
finishing out like what's in that box you had, right?
Oh, I've been.
Oh, he's out of the box.
Oh, you're out of the box.
Yeah, I'm out of the box. Yeah, the rest of them are. All of these are on HBO Max, so I've just been zooming through them.
The last one he had in the box was like a Suicide Squad movie, I think, right?
I think so. Yeah, I think that was the one. Yeah, this one was good. I mean, it was enjoyable. I liked it. Yeah, and that's about it. I mean, I liked it. And then last night I watched Back to the Future for the first time, and we'll get to that in a little bit.
I'm sure we will.
Wow.
But okay, great. Thanks, Thomas. So anyway, let's see. Started off. Actually, I only had one new movie this week. I was gonna say started off with a rewatch, but I had like 6 rewatches, which is kind of unusual. But anyway, started it off as I was saying with a rewatch. Michael Mann's Thief. It's great, man. It's just incredible. It's I mean, I don't know. I feel like it. You know, all of Mann's oeuvre is kind of similar. They're all well, no, not all of them actually. It's like Last of the Mohicans. You know, The Keep. Those are kind of weird ones. But anyway, Thief is definitely like one of his more, I don't know, sort of like, I don't want to say average exactly because I think it's great, but you know, it's like if you just told the story, it's like, oh yeah, that sounds like a Michael Mann movie for anybody who's familiar with Michael Mann's work. But anyway, executed particularly well, I would say, like great, like incredible. I mean, it's just a neo-noir / heist movie. It's a One Last Job, or is it? I guess they never say the term like one last job, but it's kind of implied. It's like,
correct me if I'm wrong. He did Heat, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he did do Heat.
Yep.
Yeah, he did do Heat. Yeah, did do Heat. And this is arguably better than Heat. I don't know. I mean, I guess all of his movies are kind of arguably better than Heat, except for like The Keep, maybe Black Cat. But you know, anyway. Shit, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah. Also up there with Beau Travail for like one of my favorite endings of all time. It's just an incredible ending. Like, you know, I was rewatching it, I was like, man, this is like a great movie. And then the ending, which I like kind of forgot about, not exactly. I guess I just kind of forgot like how hard it actually hit me because I knew what the ending was. But then the ending just happened and I got like literal chills and I'm like, yeah,
Who's in this?
Is like a masterpiece. James Caan is, and Willie Nelson in a supporting role is crazy.
Interesting.
I haven't seen this one.
Well, it's really good. What can I say?
I'm gonna have to check it out because I've seen a lot of Michael Mann stuff and I'm missing a couple. So,
yeah.
Have either of you seen the Miami Vice movie he did?
Yes, I have. I was actually thinking about watching the theatrical cut, but I don't. Yeah, I don't know if that's like easy to find or not. So I was just like, you know what? I'll just watch Thief, which is on HBO Max. But I might watch the theatrical cut soon because last time I saw the director's cut. Somewhat mistakenly, I guess, because I heard like the theatrical cut was better. But
Yeah,
I think
I've seen the theatrical cut.
Okay, yeah. I think the director's cut is not exactly bad, but it definitely, there are a few moments where I'm like, what?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
But anyway, yeah. I mean, I like it.
Yeah, so do
In
I.
Miami Vice in general. I guess I've only seen the director's cut, but you know, anyway. I mean, was that all you wanted to say about that?
Yeah, I was just asking if you had seen it.
Yeah. Rewatched The Little Mermaid, Hercules, back to back. Little Mermaid, a better movie. I think most people, well, you know, to most people who have seen them both, it's kind of an obvious statement, but whatever. I don't know. I think Hercules is almost like a bad movie, but it has one of my favorite Disney songs. Probably my favorite Disney song ever.
The Hades
honestly.
song?
No. Wait. Is there a Hades song?
Yeah.
Is there a Hades song? Wait, what
Yeah.
is it?
I forgot. I just remember he sings a song. I haven't seen the movie
Okay.
since a kid.
I don't know.
Maybe I'm thinking of another Disney villain, but I could have
Maybe.
sworn
I mean, I
Hades sings
definitely,
a song.
again, like Aladdin, Hercules is one of those things that I've seen so many times that like I wasn't paying like complete attention to it. So you honestly might be right, and it's just like completely slipping my mind right now.
I just remember he's really sassy and he has this like really like crazy like I don't know.
I mean, that's kind of most Renaissance villains, certainly most post-Radigan villains, including Radigan, of course. But anyway, yeah, I don't know. I guess it's fine. Watched Waiting for Guffman, my only new watch this week, my only not rewatch. Thomas is muted. Hi, Thomas. Notice that kind of threw me off. I mean, hey, it's fine. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, Waiting for Guffman. I don't know. I think it's pretty good. I think I like it a little bit less than Spinal Tap, which is the only other guest movie I've seen.
Oh man,
But,
Spinal Tap is just it's a classic.
yeah, it's great. It is. Rewatched Silence of the Lambs. Great.
I saw
Great
that.
movie.
That's been phenomenal.
Yeah. I rewatched it with the commentary on the Criterion
Speaking
Blu-ray. I was going to say
of Silence of the Lambs, I just found out literally like 4 days ago. Did you see they're making a show about Clarice?
Yes.
Like what the fuck? I didn't even know that
Oh,
was
yeah.
a thing.
I
That's
actually
strange.
watched Silence of the Lambs kind of like on a whim on the 30th anniversary. Like I just saw that it was the 30th anniversary and I was like, oh, I own that and I haven't rewatched it yet, so I might as well. And then apparently, like I think they basically timed the show to come out because it came out on a Thursday and the anniversary was like a Saturday. But I think they basically timed it to be like, whatever, like an anniversary. But the stupid thing about that show, which I haven't seen by the way, but they're not allowed to mention Hannibal Lecter because of copyright laws.
Oh, really?
It's really funny. Yeah.
That is
Which
funny.
is bizarre because they had the Hannibal show.
Yes. Yeah, you're right, right? Because that's CBS. And,
It's-
yeah, I think
yes.
both of them are CBS.
Strange.
That's
Yes.
so-
Well,
I
actually,
don't
is it
know
is it
what's
CBS that has the Clarice show?
let's see. Produced by CBS Studios and GM Television.
Okay, so
Yeah.
NBC had Hannibal
Where? I wonder if it says it on the Wikipedia page. I wonder if
because
it's
that
NBC.
was what was confusing me. I was like, how could you have a show about a character that was so heavily involved with Hannibal Lecter and not even be able to mention him?
Okay, due to the complicated rights issues of franchise characters between Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer and the Dino De Laurentiis company, who I think De Laurentiis did produce like all of the Hannibal Lecter movies, like not just Silence of the Lambs. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
Red Dragon,
weird,
Silence,
weird copyright
Rising,
fight right there.
yeah. Anyway, very odd.
Because it takes place right after Silence of the Lambs.
Yes.
So
Whatever,
and you
man.
would think they would, like, if you're doing a story right after Silence of the Lambs, she's gonna be slightly traumatized because of what she saw in Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah.
But you can't even. I don't know.
Well,
Dude,
I
it's
think,
just funny.
but I think they're probably going to tie that to Buffalo Bill because I think they did cast someone as Buffalo Bill. But anyway, that doesn't seem.
I don't care. I won't be watching that. That's just
Yeah, I
interesting.
don't even know why you brought it. I mean, yeah, it is kind of interesting, I guess, but I honestly would not have brought it up if you didn't. So anyway,
Anyways,
yeah, Silence of the Lambs is great.
and you said you watched a director's commentary of it?
Yeah, well, it's Jonathan Demme, Jodie Foster, Anthony Hopkins, and then the screenwriter Ted Talley, and like an FBI agent who was a consultant on the movie.
Oh, nice.
It's just funny.
How was the commentary on that? I'm actually kind of interested.
It's really good. It's also really funny because like the five of them are like very different, right? Because
Yeah.
Anthony Hopkins is always like, well, like I saw like this production of Dracula, and that's like what influenced my, he's always like going on like, like British person rant. I don't know what else to say. And Jodie Foster is like, like it's really important that we have like female characters who are like, female but don't have like a love attachment, and you don't really care about that throughout the movie, And then Demi's like, he's so funny, honestly. Like he's way funnier than I thought he would have been. He's like, so the nipple scene is something that grosses a lot of people out, myself included. And he's like, like people are always like, they tell me they're grossed out about this, like more than anything else, and I'm like, that's a prosthetic, right? Like, why does it bother you? I'm like, come on. So that's fun, pretty funny. Yeah, and then also Demi's like, so I have some kind of mixed feelings about making this movie because it like glorifies the FBI, which I of course have mixed feelings about. And then like on the commentary, there's like an FBI guy who's like,
Yeah.
Anyway, and then I rewatched Fight Club and Back to the Future.
Nice.
Yeah. And that's
Nice.
my week.
All right.
Thomas, want to go real quick?
Thomas already went.
He did? Wasn't it
Yeah.
literally? Didn't he literally just watch like 2 movies? It was just
Yeah.
Back to the Future.
Things pass.
All right. Well, since I'm not on my computer, it's gonna be a difficult time for me to kind of run through what I did real quick. So I'll do from what I have from memory, and then I'll look at what I got real quick afterwards. So I watched. I had my computer broke, so I was really fucking bored, and I was like, well, I've been putting the Oceans movies off for a long time. And I had only seen Ocean's 11, and it had been like forever since I'd seen it, so I didn't really remember it. So I was like, "Fuck it!" I watched all of them in one sitting, basically.
Well, you didn't watch Ocean's 8, which I will not forgive.
Well,
Okay.
let's just whatever. Okay.
I was just making a joke.
I know, but I wasn't going to sit through that. I wasn't going to put myself through that. I had seen bits of it on walks, and I'm like, yeah, I'm all right. Ocean's 11, really good. I really enjoyed the first one quite a bit. I really enjoyed pretty much the whole entire movie. I thought it was pretty much all of those actors in their prime. You got some pretty goofy moments. It didn't take itself too seriously. The heist sequence was pretty great, and it actually kind of I don't know. Ryan Johnson would be proud. It kind of subverted my expectations for a little bit because I thought it was going to go one way, and then they kind of did a little loop-de-loop on me, as most movies with that type of setup do. And I was like, oh, that's really clever and cool. So I liked it. It was pretty cool. Ocean's 12, it was fine. Again, it wasn't downright bad. It just obviously wasn't as good as the first one. Again, acting was good. Directing was fine. It had this really just ridiculous Bruce Willis cameo, like fucking ridiculous. I didn't even see that coming. And then just Bruce Willis shows up. And all I could think of was Bruce Willis in his shitty movies. Just Bruce Willis was just there. And I was like, wow.
AutoZone commercial.
Yeah. Anyway, that took me off guard. And then the Julia Andrews meta joke was fucking ridiculous. That also took me off guard. I'm like, dude, this is just crazy. I'm like, this is absolutely baffling. So that was crazy. I hadn't seen a movie be that meta in a long time. So that was fun. That was the best part of the movie. But Ocean's 13, it was all right. It was a nice conclusion to the trilogy, not including Ocean's 8. I don't know, man. I thought they were pretty fun movies, nice little popcorn movies. Nothing really too much into them. It's pretty straightforward. I enjoyed it. George Clooney's great. Brad Pitt's always great in pretty much everything I've ever seen him in. So that was fun. It was fun to watch. Don't regret watching it. So yeah, Ocean's trilogy, pretty solid. Wouldn't say any of them were bad. Then I watched One Night in Miami, Regina King's directorial debut. I've been wanting to check it out for a while. I've heard all the little buzz, the little birdies tweeting around, and it definitely lived up basically to what I had heard. She did a wonderful job directing, and a lot of people were like criticizing her directing. And again, it's her first movie, and for what she delivered in the film, I thought she did a pretty damn good job. I would definitely say it was better than Bradley Cooper's Star is Born. Thought she did a great job. It's just kind of it's a great concept, imagining what would happen if these historical figures just had a night in Miami. It's basically the movie. And it's the conversations they have about civil rights and all their conflicting opinions on civil rights and where they're going, and it's just interesting. It's fascinating. It's really well done. So highly recommend checking that out. I definitely can see it getting some Oscar nominations. It's pretty good. The acting in it is fantastic. So check it out. Great stuff. Watch Tokyo Drift, and as we said before, it's just a fucking popcorn movie. I have a feeling that's what I'm basically going to say about every Fast and Furious movie going forward. It's a fucking popcorn movie because um, it's something I can just turn my brain off and just watch endless stupid action. So we'll see where we're going. Because I like stumbled across a YouTube video that was discussing the Fast and Furious timeline. So there's some shit that's I don't know. Okay, I don't know where these movies are going. There's some crazy shit I'm assuming soon. So anyway, Valentine's Day, I watched Eternal Sunshine. Um, it was pain. It was painful. Um, Lots of memories with that movie. Um, so I just decided to indulge in the pain and watch it on Valentine's Day and remember some memories. So that was something. Almost broke character there for a second. Judas and the Black Messiah. I saw it a couple days ago in the theaters. Phenomenal. Absolutely, absolutely phenomenal. Um, I left the theater speechless. Um, it's incredible. Truly is just it was just like a fucking wow movie. Basically, it's basically the IRL Departed. Um, it's just I don't want to say too much because I'm assuming you guys will watch it, but like
Yeah.
um it's just crazy how it's this guy's basically this is his first full length movie. He's done pretty much nothing, and this is his first movie, and he just delivers this. So Shaka King, I mean, looking out for what he does in the future because that was kind of baffled me. He's done like a couple movies, and they've all been like short films, and he just gets this incredible fucking story that I knew a little bit about, but I didn't know the lengths of the story and the plot, and it's just fucking insane that this happened. And Lakeith Stanfield proves once again he's one of the best working actors today. And you got Daniel Kaluuya again, proving he's one of the best working actors today, and they're both fantastic.
Oh man.
So yeah, I highly recommend it. Everything about it was great. Score, cinematography, directing, acting. Not a weak point in the entire movie. It's just great. Watch it. Better than every single movie in 2020. Every single film I saw in 2020, and not capping it. Just that like we're setting the bar pretty high for 2021. That's how I'm starting off my year in terms of new releases. So that's pretty crazy. Then I got don't ask why. Watch The Boss, baby. Okay, I watched the fucking Boss, baby, and Jesus fucking Christ, one of the worst animated movies I've ever seen. Absolutely just awful. The humor is just garbage. Alec Baldwin is just phoning in a paycheck. What a snooze. What an absolute snooze of a film. So it makes no sense. The plot is just it makes no sense. Not that an animated movie for kids needs to make sense, but fuck, I mean, look at Disney. I could say a million great things about Disney animated films, but Jesus Christ, this movie was awful. So I don't know what I expected. I just kind of was bored, and me and my friends decided to watch it, and it was trash. So awful film. Can't believe it was nominated for an Oscar. Moving on. I watched both Back to the Future movies, which we'll get into in a second. And then I watched Inglourious Bastards because, and I was telling the guys, I wanted to watch one specific scene. I wanted to watch near the end of the movie. It's when Hans is talking to the Alderaan, and he's like trying to talk about his capture and getting away with his war crimes and stuff. I just wanted to watch that table scene, and I looked it up on YouTube. And for some reason, hopefully YouTube doesn't take it down because of what I'm about to say, but may or may not be a full 1080p free streaming upload of the movie on YouTube, and for some miraculous reason, it has not been taken down. And you know the first rule of Fight Club, so Yeah. Anyway, Glorious Bastards. I mean, I don't really have to say much about it. It's just a fucking masterpiece. Truly, it's amazing. It's incredible. I now that I've seen it, this is probably my eighth time seeing it. I don't know if Pulp Fiction and Glorious Bastards is my favorite. It's just that good. Like I just think it's just phenomenal across the board. So anyway, Back to the Future. Here we go. The moment I've been waiting for a very long time. I have asked Collin to watch this movie for a long time, and he wasn't moving or giving any effort. So I was like, "Fuck it, I'm making it the pick because I'm tired." The fact that Collin has not seen this movie up until this point is just kind of baffling, like truly. So I'm like, "All right, let's do it. Hit the bullet." And Back to the Future. Again, I've talked about this movie. I don't even know how many times in the podcast. I rewatch it all the time. It's just one of those comfort movies for me that I'll throw on and I just can't help but smile and laugh, and just it's just a great watch every single time. And every single time I watch it, after all the rewatches I've seen since a kid, I always will notice a little something.
Yes,
There's always
so,
like
insanely detailed.
Yo,
like, oh my god,
it's fucking baffling because like it took me a long time to realize like a lot of the stupidest, not stupid, but it's just the detail that's into this movie is just it's insane. Seriously, like one of the best ones is when Marty McFly, when he travels back to 1955, he breaks the pine tree. And when he travels back to 85, the mall is now called the Lone Pine Mall instead of the Twin Pine Mall. Shit like that is just like you would never notice if you weren't paying attention, but it's just stuff like that that
honestly didn't catch that until
yeah.
No, okay. Yeah. So I also noticed that for the first time this watch. I had noticed that it was the Lone Pine Mall before, but I just I put the entire thing together for the first time on like my probably fifth or sixth rewatch or something like that.
It's crazy.
So good.
And just the fact that this movie came out, in like the 80s and just how it holds up today is just, it's insane. Like, again, Zemeckis, this is Zemeckis at his absolute best. I would say this is Zemeckis' best film. It's just fun. It's got great humor. Everything lands. None of the jokes fail. Everything works so perfectly. The script is it's just so tight. It's so good. It's a great film. Anyway, sorry guys. I had the one interruption you'll ever see from me on this podcast. That's the number one.
It had to happen at some point, right?
It had to happen at some point. So Chick-fil-A's here. I'll get in a little bit. But yeah, it's just such a phenomenal film. I classify many movies as masterpiece territory. This is masterpiece territory for me. It's just, there's no film like it. There's no film that will ever be as good as Back to the Future. It's just it's a perfect film. Yeah, everything works in it.
I really won't be surprised if this is like the top movie for the podcast. I mean, like, I guess I didn't read Colin's review, but it's just one of those films where I doubt anyone can really hate Back to the Future.
That's what I was saying. I'm like, dude, if Collin hates this movie, like, I would be shocked.
Yeah, I did not hate it. Spoiler alert. I did not hate it. I enjoyed it a lot. And my brother, after we finished, I had he was telling me about things, like those certain details like you guys pointed out, and I was like not making the connections at all. He was like, "Collin, you're such an idiot." And I was like, "This is the first time I've seen it." I was like, So when I rewatch it, I'm sure
You're always taking notes, so you should notice things if you're gonna take notes,
That's exactly what he said.
Word for word in that same intonation too. It's really weird.
Yeah, really weird. But yeah, I mean, I really liked it. I feel like this is going to be a movie that improves upon when I rewatch it. Yeah,
100% improves.
I think my favorite aspects of this movie came from the performances, because Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd, the physicality in their performances is just so energetic and so.
Especially Lloyd.
So fun, yeah.
But especially Lloyd. Come on.
Michael J. Fox, the way he just jerks.
Oh yeah, no, he's very good.
It's great. But honestly, I think my favorite characters, or at least my favorite performances from the movie, Crispin Glover and Leah Thompson. They were so funny throughout the entire movie. I absolutely loved them. Like,
I know, dude. Dude, George McFly's laugh is just one of my fucking favorite things ever. Wait, at the beginning when he's laughing at the TV. Oh my fucking god.
dude, just the way he talks and his mannerisms and the way he looks and the way he presents himself, it's everything's like exaggerated, but it works so well for what the tone of the movie is going for. And I loved it. Like Sebastian said, none of the jokes missed, all of them hit. I thought, Crispin Glover and Leah Thompson, they were just fantastic. I absolutely loved it. So funny. And whoever the guy, I forget his name, who plays Biff. I mean, everyone's funny in this movie. Everyone's funny.
Yes.
It's great. It's great.
It's just so crazy, like how easily this movie could have absolutely failed, because taking the concept alone, a time travel comedy, just again, kind of going into what you were talking about that movie earlier, whatever the fuck it's called. I already forgot what it's
Safety
called.
Not Guaranteed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of, I know. Again, I'm not going to go into that movie, obviously, but just the concept alone, it's just like, dude, this movie could be so awful, but somehow they pulled it off the absolute perfect way. It's just, it still baffles me. It's just like everything in this movie literally works. Like it's just crazy. Like literally the time travel that's set up in this movie also is almost flawless. There's almost, if you really wanted to nitpick, you could go into nitpicks of time travel, but like the time travel that this movie specifically sets up is literally perfect. It's crazy.
I actually don't agree. I think it's just that the pace
Back
of
to the
this
Future
movie,
1.
No, even with the first one, the mechanics are technically confusing if you stop to think about it. I just think that it's so like, once the time travel is introduced at like the 30-minute mark, it's just like completely breakneck pace. Like there's no time to stop for anything, so you never really stop.
Yeah, it doesn't really care about like the semantics, right, of time travel. It just wants to have a good time.
but like everything that happens is just, it's technically what would happen if time travel could be real, possibly, Oh no, I like it. Great.
I mean,
It's just,
whatever.
But yeah, Back to the Future.
We can get the whole Back to the Future Endgame.
Yeah, there's a whole thing there for sure, but I mean, the DeLorean, iconic, just the most iconic fucking car ever in a movie. I don't really care what anyone says. When I think of movie car, I immediately think of the DeLorean or the Batmobile. It's like one of the two. Like just the DeLorean is that iconic, and I mean, I love it. I love everyone in the movie. I mean, dude, I just don't understand how anyone could hate this movie. And I was like looking at some Letterboxd reviews. There's people that don't like this movie. I'm like, how? Like, what is it? Please explain to me. Like, I guess if you really like look at it, it is a little weird. Like, I mean, but that's the thing about it. It's like this kid that travels back in the time is literally like having really weird sexual interactions with his mother. Like, if you really want to look at it, that's a weird
premise of the movie.
Yeah, exactly.
But it plays off so well. It plays it off so well.
I was looking at some bad reviews too, and all of them were saying that it's either like weird and incest male fantasy stuff. I'm like, no, because it's not like he's trying to have that happen.
But again, that's like the premise of the movie. Like, I guess you can argue against that, but like, it's not like, this movie secretly doesn't hold up or anything. I mean, like, you can argue that, but not for that reason, right? Like,
right? No, I agree. It was either that stuff or people calling it racist because like Marty gave inspiration to Chuck Berry or whatever.
Which, I mean, it is, but that's such a small moment that like, if that ruins the movie for you, like,
seriously. I mean, like, I'm sure that wasn't even intended when they wrote it. It was just supposed to be like a joke, like a one-off joke.
Yeah, I don't.
Whatever. Like, it is, but it doesn't matter. It's truly like the only thing in the movie that I am like, but
I don't know, it didn't bother me. But like you guys said, really well paced. This visual effects held up really well too. I like the visual effects. And it's just really fun. Like I before watching this, I heard that it was like the most structurally sound movie, and as I was piecing things together, I was like, man, there are so many details that just. They never feel coincidental or convenient. They just work. It just works within the narrative of the film. And I mean, I had seen several clips from this movie. That's the one thing. When I was watching this, I was wondering if I just forgot I had seen this at one point. But I'd really never seen the full movie. I'd just seen a handful of clips, and so a lot of seeing things for the first time.
There's like every time like you watch it, I swear you notice something different, or you notice like a joke that you didn't really understand at first, or it's like honestly, even just talking about this, it just sounds so stupid, but it's so true. Like this movie's just it's just fucking crazy. Like it's just I still to this day, it just kind of baffles me how such a perfect film from that era exists and is so heavily regarded like in the mainstream, but it's 100% regarded for everything that we just talked about. It's just the best.
It's also one of those cases where like if Back to the Future were not made or were made like differently in some way, like the entire landscape of movies after it would just be like completely different in a way that's impossible to predict. Which, I mean, like it or not, like just so many, like pretty much every movie made after it, especially like in Hollywood, is just trying to either be it or to like very intentionally not be it in some regard. Yeah, I mean,
what a different future that would have been, right?
Yeah.
I guess we'll have to time travel and prevent Back to the Future from being made and see what happens.
Back to the future where there is no Back to the Future.
There you
Back to the Future 4, baby.
go.
There is a Back to the Future 4, and it's a video game, and it's also pretty great. So, but yes, so Colin, I'm assuming we'll probably end up watching the rest of them at some point, so we can talk about them another time on the show. But you know, I've seen
next two picks is Back to the Future 2 and Back to the Future 3.
Yeah, Back to the Future 2, Back to the Future 3. But no, I don't know. I just wanted to call in to see it, so I'm glad Colin liked it. I'm glad that he didn't end up absolutely hating it, because I was terrified. I'm like, dude, what if Colin absolutely somehow just picks apart this movie and just trashes it? I'm like, dude, I would cry. Like that would be like the worst moment of my entire life. Like Colin like hating Back to the Future. It would just be like the craziest arc of all time.
I feel like if I had done that too, you guys would have absolutely ripped me to shreds. So that I'd have to like quit the podcast.
Yeah, well, like I was thinking about that. The only real arguments that, like you said, how people can comment on, like, you know, Marty really just being into his mom, I guess, or like that whole like male fantasy.
But he's not.
It's just even like it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I'm
Like,
very
just
much
the
there.
first scene between the two of them, like young Leah Thompson specifically. Like his physical acting is so good, where he's so clearly like, please don't go where I think you're going. Please, please, please don't.
Yeah.
Like before anything actually even happens. It's just, oh my god.
Yeah, really. Most of the arguments that people have against this movie just feel flat most of the time too.
I also just I fucking love the ending. Like I love how the Doc opens the note, fucking saves himself with the fucking which is ridiculous a little bit, but it's just incredible, from like 20 AK shots. And he just I don't know. When I saw that as a kid, I was like, holy shit. But yeah, I do love the ending of this movie. Roads, where we're going, we don't need roads. Incredible. Just the best ending ever. And fuck, man, I could talk about this movie all fucking day. I fucking love Back to the Future. So yeah, I'm glad Colin didn't hate it.
No, I liked it. If we're doing scores, I'd give it a solid 8 out of 10, but that could very well go up from here.
Yeah, I basically know that this is going to be the highest rated one, because I'm giving it a 9 out of 10, and I'm pretty sure Sebastian, Noah, I think I know what you guys got.
I'm gonna give it a 10.
That's a 10.
Yeah. So that's the highest rated post-pro podcast
That's
movie.
Tied up there with the
Oh no, it's
I believe with
tied
a
with Donnie
9.25. Yeah.
Because I gave Donnie a 9, Jordan gave it 8, and then you and Sebastian both gave it 10s.
Wait, which movie?
Donnie
Darko.
Darko. It's tied with Donnie Darko now.
Yeah, that is true.
Shoot, yeah, I thought tied.
It's funny. It's
Tied
funny
first.
thinking about it. Our two highest movies are both time travel movies.
And Looper's in the top 10 as well.
We got 3 time travel movies up there, dude. But no, wow.
So you have to watch Safety Not Guaranteed now, Sebastian. Please. You have to give us your thoughts.
Oh, all right.
It's only 85 minutes.
Okay, all right. I'll watch
No.
it this week. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But
You can also, you know what? You can just watch the first like 20 minutes, and then if you really don't feel like finishing it, just log it anyway. You know.
You'll have the whole idea by 20 minutes and
okay, cool.
know everything.
So that concludes the Sebastian pestering Collin to watch Back to the Future arc of the Post Pro podcast. It has been concluded.
There we go.
And speaking of Colin, should be your pick.
It is my pick. And
Back to the Future Part 2, baby.
and I'm choosing Back to the Future Part 2. Actually, no. Because Sebastian hasn't seen it, it's going to be safety not guaranteed, guys.
Oh, yikes. No.
Oh shit.
Please, for the love of God. No.
I'm just kidding. I couldn't think of one, so I put 5 in this little Tupperware thing, and I'm just going to randomly choose, and we're going to see what we get. So, without...
Wait, can you just hand it to me and, I'll pick one out?
Oh, yeah. Here you go.
Great, yeah. No.
I wish you guys set this up beforehand so Noah had the rules.
That would have been
Yeah,
great,
yeah.
actually.
So without giving away what they are, we have a sci-fi film. We have
Back to the Future.
Yeah.
Part 2. Yep. Shoot. Well, now I got to change it. No, sci-fi movie. We have a noir film from pre-50s, because we've never seen anything before the 70s, actually. But I figured pre-50s would be an interesting one.
So what you're telling me is you got 12 monkeys in there.
Oh.
No 12 monkeys.
Shit.
Sorry. Then we have a Hitchcock movie, because I don't know, I just wanted to watch some more Hitchcock with this class I have right now. We have a comedy, just a modern comedy, and then we have a meme pick.
Oh shit.
God.
Oh, I'm hoping for the meme pick. I'm praying to the Lord.
1 in 5.
We have a 1 in 5 chance. All right, so I'm going to shake this up a little bit, and I'm going to close my eyes, and we are going to pick.
Please be the meme pick, please, for the love of
All right.
God.
Let's see what it is.
It's The Room.
It is actually the Maltese Falcon.
Falcon. Ooh, is that on anything?
I believe
Looking forward to it.
is.
Wait, that's the Shia LaBeouf movie?
No.
I'm thinking of. Oh yeah.
This is the Humphrey
This
Bogart.
is the pre-1950s noir film.
Yeah.
Humphrey Bogart.
Why have I
it's
heard
Humphrey
of this?
Bogart, because it's incredibly
Because
famous.
it's a classic, yeah.
Yeah.
I have not seen it, so.
I don't think
I
any of us have seen it.
Maybe
bid for movie prop ever, right? Something like that.
Maybe. I don't know.
Well, shit. I'm excited to watch an old
Yeah,
movie
Maltese
because I.
Falcon.
Looking it up.
It's
I believe it
on
was on
Max.
HBO Max or Tubi as well. I something like that, maybe.
Just Watch
It's
says
not-
HBO Max.
Yeah, I guess it might be on Tubi. Because Tubi is, don't they change it basically every day? Or
I don't know.
something close to that. I
Something
don't know, but I feel
ridiculous like
I
that.
always look and it's and they also have thousands. Anyway,
So
1941.
cool. Maltese Falcon.
Maltese Falcon, yeah. Did you guys want to know what the other picks were going to be?
yeah.
Please.
So, the meme pick was going to be
Please.
B movie,
Oh, Jesus, Colin.
which
Let's not watch all of these.
I feel like. Are you going to watch all of them? No.
No, I said what if. I might. I don't know.
Okay. Have you seen B movie?
Yes. I've
Yeah.
definitely at least seen parts of it. And I don't think clips of it. I have technically sat down to try and watch it as a child. I'm not sure if I actually finished it. But I might have. I don't know.
I think it's great. But then the comedy was Tropic Thunder. I just saw that was out to recently.
Would have been fun.
Fucking
Something.
amazing.
Hitchcock was going to be North by Northwest, because even though I just watched it, I really like that one.
Fine. Yeah.
And then the sci-fi film was going to be Andrei Tarkovsky's Solaris.
Oh,
Okay, I might actually. Yeah.
Great film.
have you seen Solaris, Colin?
No.
Yeah, none of us have.
I
It's been on
have.
my watch list for the longest time.
I haven't logged it, but I have.
Oh,
yeah.
no. I thought
Oh, really?
seen what's his name? Solaris.
Soderbergh Solaris.
Yes.
Yeah, well, I mean, he did say Tarkovsky's, so.
Yeah, I know. That's why I thought you'd seen Tarkovsky's.
That's.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's the one Tarkovsky movie I have seen.
I mean, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, out of everything yeah, big shocker.
Yeah. Well, I think that's going to wrap up the 38th episode of the Post Pro Podcast. We watched and reviewed Back to the Future, and then next week, The Maltese Falcon. So
I'm excited.
yeah, let's do it. All right, until next time, signing off.
Wow.